Think about the last time you sat down to do something important. You opened your laptop with a clear goal, promised yourself an hour of solid work, and then, almost without noticing, you checked your phone. One message became another. A short video turned into 10. Before you knew it, an entire hour had vanished. The strange part is that nothing forced you to do it. You did not consciously decide to abandon your work every few minutes. Your attention simply drifted toward whatever offered the fastest, easiest reward. And then comes the truly frustrating part. When you finally drag yourself back to the work that actually matters, it suddenly feels physically boring. This experience often has more to do with your environment than your willpower. When every screen offers immediate input, your brain becomes conditioned to expect constant stimulation as the default state. That is why the idea of a dopamine detox sounds so appealing. People imagine a dramatic reset button. Lock your phone in a drawer, remove every enjoyable activity, and return perfectly focused. In reality, dopamine manages learning, movement, and survival. It is an essential chemical for basic human function. The real issue is how we treat our attention. Think of it like the flashlight in this diagram. If you keep swinging that beam toward new notifications every few seconds, it becomes impossible to keep it fixed on one object long enough to see it. The goal is to interrupt the automatic loop where a moment of discomfort triggers a leap to a cheap distraction. You are practicing the ability to stay with one thing until the brain rediscovers the satisfaction of effort. Before you delete a single application, you have to answer a harder question. What exactly are you trying to get your attention back for? Picture two people locking their phones away for a week. One person is gritting their teeth, just trying to survive a painful 7-day challenge. The other is deliberately practicing how to concentrate for an hour without needing an immediate reward. They follow the same rules, but their results will look very different. Write down exactly what you would do with your attention if you got it back. Be highly specific. Instead of saying you want to be more productive, decide that you want 90 focused minutes every morning to build a specific skill. Without a clear, defined destination, a reset quickly becomes a temporary hurdle rather than a path toward lasting change. Now comes the mechanical part, shifting the burden away from willpower. Most productivity strategies fail because they rely on sheer discipline while keeping the ultimate distraction sitting exactly one tap away. That is like putting an open box of your favorite snacks directly on your desk and then giving yourself a motivational speech about discipline every 10 minutes. Eventually, proximity wins. During your reset period, you must engineer friction. Delete the applications that pull you into mindless browsing. Turn off non-essential notifications. Keep the device physically outside the room when you need deep focus. Physical boundaries reduce the number of exhausting willpower decisions you have to make every day. You are offloading the work of discipline to your environment. The moment you remove that constant stimulation, something strange happens. You sit down and nothing demands your attention. You wait in a line without a screen. Ordinary life suddenly feels unusually quiet. The brain often interprets this sudden boredom as an emergency. The instant the quiet hits, an automatic reflex kicks in, telling you to reach for a screen and refresh a feed. But that empty space allows thought, planning, and creativity to finally surface through the noise. When you sit with that discomfort, you may notice that the intense urge to check your phone rises, peaks, and eventually fades. The feeling is a temporary sensation, rather than an instruction you have to follow. Resets often fail because people remove their bad habits, but never build a better alternative. They are left with a massive void in their day, and the old distractions rush right back in to fill it. You have to substitute passive scrolling with activities that require active participation. That means walking outdoors, reading a book, or building a project. This is where a focus ritual comes in. You block out 25 minutes of protected work. As this process loop shows, the cycle starts with active effort. Pushing through to task completion then triggers a natural sense of satisfaction. The diagram shows a cycle where the initial push of effort clears the path for motivation. Drive follows action. By repeatedly forcing yourself to begin a task and then experiencing the reward of finishing it, the brain learns a new pattern. It realizes that focus is manageable, and every successful session requires a little less internal negotiation than the last. During your reset, take a few minutes each day to actively reflect. Write down exactly what you were doing and feeling when the automatic urge to escape into a distraction hit its peak. Pair that reflection with physical movement. A walk or a standard workout gives your body something productive to do, which makes it easier to detach your mind from the screen. Real human connection also plays a part. Having a real conversation provides a level of psychological grounding that a digital interaction cannot replicate. When you substitute passive digital noise with real-world experiences, the brain discovers that a satisfying day does not require a glowing rectangle. Eventually, the reset ends. Success here means deciding exactly what deliberate role these tools will play in your routine moving forward. Every time you delay a digital reward or push through a moment of boredom, you are casting a vote for a new version of yourself. You become someone who can choose an important task even when a convenient distraction is available. You will still have distracted days. You will occasionally waste time. But a strong attention system is defined by its ability to recognize the distraction quickly and return to the work that matters. Mastering your attention gives you back the hours that shape your days. It allows you to turn off autopilot and consciously choose how you live.